Have you guys ever heard of the hero instinct? Just wondering if you ever heard of it. The hero instinct. Now, people have built businesses, they've built ministries, they've built a following, a social following off of that term alone, the hero instinct. And to a point, I kind of agree with what the hero instinct is, and I'll let you know what it is right now. And this is not out of like the, Merriam-Webster's dictionary or anything like that. But the hero instinct, in theory, is a behavior or a natural instinct that is believed that men have, right? That we have to want to please a woman or a partner that we take interest in. We want to use our ability to solve their problems, to save them from their situation, to be this thing, this guy, this image, this reason that people are not in the situation they were in previously, in such a dire strait. Do men want to be gods? I have no clue. I'm a guy and I have no desire to be a god, or even, being even considered that, because I serve a God. I serve one God. Only one. So that if you serve a Lord of your choice, that is your thing. I'm not here to change you, convert you to anything, but for myself and my marriage, I serve one God. And he's doing all right by me. So anyway, the hero instinct. That's going to get you in trouble. I think if for men, guys, fellas, standing husbands, devoted fathers, the hero instinct is going to get you in trouble. Especially if you have not learned when and where to allow it to happen. I'm going to tell you why. Because if your wife hasn't tapped into it, or she's not tapping into it, or your spouse isn't tapping into it, you can guarantee there's a woman in your life right now who's tapping into your hero instinct, who remembers to ask you for favors, who remembers to smile in your face whenever you do something nice, who remembers to just say thank you after everything you do for her. And it's going to get you in trouble because it's flattering. It's almost flat. It can come off as idolation. And it feels good. Why does it feel good? Because in the world we live in, we're taught that the things that we do are expected of us. Good and bad. War, jealousy, anger. What is it? Masculine toxicity? Whatever that is. Love and power. Everybody, to a point, loves power. And if a woman is interested in you, she's going to explain or show you how much she adores position and power. And your goofy behind is going to try to prove it to her that you, in your own way, or in not so much your own way, possess some level of position and some level of power. These women will tap into it. I'm not talking about just your wife. I'm not talking about your wife. I'm not talking about your prodigal spouse. I'm talking about a woman that can tempt you. Because I don't want to put all the blame on women. That's not fair. Your need, your love to feel like the hero is going to put you in harm's way. It's going to make you do things for other people you wouldn't do if your wife was around. It's going to put you in a position where you're going to have to explain yourself every time you think about it. Every time you do something with the best of intentions and you have to explain yourself, that's self-gratification, self-satisfaction. You did it. You did those things because you wanted them. And you wanted the praise for it. The hero instinct. People know about the hero instinct. If you don't know about it, other people do. And they know that in order to get you to do things that you wouldn't normally do, or to even consider a lifestyle you wouldn't consider, they know that if they tap into your hero instinct, the hero instinct is a natural place for men that far exceed logic and understanding. A basic need to be the hero. And people are tapping into it by using certain phrases, by body language, by looking at you a certain way, by talking to you a certain way, by doing small favors for you. The hero instinct. Because they know if they keep you going long enough, if they keep praising you for all the little things that you do, you'll stick around. Ladies, the women who watch this podcast, you're wondering about if your man is cheating or not, or just the thought of it is bothering you. If that is what's going on in your relationship, or if you know about it, and you're wondering why this woman who may not have what you have, she might be pretty, she may even have no kids, or maybe she does have kids, maybe she's not as pretty as you, whatever. But she's got your man's attention. That woman has tapped into your husband's hero instinct. How can we defeat it? How can we beat it? Do you beat the hero instinct? I don't think you need to beat it. Like I said, it's a natural born instinct. Fellas, I wouldn't tell you how to beat your own instincts. It's your instincts. It's what makes you who you are. But I will tell you to be aware of them. Be aware of your need. If someone gives you a compliment, right? You say thank you. Obviously, you're being nice. You say thank you. But the next time the next time you do something for that person, you snap to attention and you want to run and do what they want you to do. Now you're doing it even faster. You're being even more proficient when you do it. And the person that you're doing it for is not your spouse. Don't think I'm just all of a sudden you're thinking, I'm a nice guy, I do those things. No. You may be a nice guy, but you're responding to being rewarded for being a nice guy. You like the reward. You like the way that certain someone is giving you this attention. This is why when men are younger, like teenage boys or younger men or something like that, they start in a relationship. And I get these guys who say, when I first got in this relationship, I cheated. I did things, even though they would have a good woman at home or a girl that's taking care of their kids or something like that. They tapped into the hero instinct. Because when you're younger, you're around women who don't have anything because she's like you, young, building herself up, doesn't really have a lot. If she has a job interview, but is a friend of yours, she's got a job interview. She can't get there because one, she doesn't have steady income. Her parents or her mom won't give her $1 for the bus or whatever like that. But you have a car because that's the gift that you were given, because that is what is expected to give boys when they graduate high school or when they're young or something. That's the first thing you want to get is a car. You have to be mobile. Well, no, the issue is that girl can't get where she needs to be. And you can get her there. She asks you, and you do it. And you take her where she wants to go. She says, thank you. She smiles in your face. She gets excited because maybe the job interview she went to or the place that she went to, she got in, and she only got there because of you. You did it. Good job. Way to go. The hero instinct means that, or explains that you're going to do it again. If whenever this woman needs you, whenever any woman needs you, and you can help, you're going to do it. And you're going to tell yourself, I do it because I'm a good guy. Yes, you are a good guy. But you did it for the reward and the gratification. You did it for the appreciation. And because the girl is young, she doesn't even know she did that. So that's how sometimes you end up in a relationship with ladies, you end up in a relationship with a guy, you don't even know how you got there. Like, oh, well, we were friends at first and we started talking, and then boom, we're in a relationship. You tapped into this man's hero instinct because you vent to him. You vent. You have nobody else to talk to. You can talk to your girls, but you can only talk about them for so long. Same thing with your parents. Same thing with your siblings. But you can talk to this other guy and you can vent to him. You activate his hero instinct and he gives you more of it. And more of it. And more of it. He's solving all your problems. It is natural to want to be with that man because he's helping you solve problems. Which is what I've talked about on the podcast before. You want to be helpful to your spouse, to your prodigal spouse, to any spouse. Help them solve a problem. That's what businesses do. They help you solve a problem. They get you results. That's what makes you attractive. This is why guys fight for attention from that cute girl, because she's got attention to give. Whoever is willing to help her solve a problem. This is why guys get in trouble with so many different women. This is how guys get in trouble with their women. How they can cheat, or how they can want divorce after trying to be everything for you, trying to be everything to their wives. Because the hero instinct has been activated for years. It's never been deactivated. It's always been activated. So what changed about it? The hero instinct loses its shine and its glamour to the opposite sex. Because you're doing it all the time. There are points where the rewards and the appreciation and the gratification stop coming. Or you skipped one. You can get hung up on a missed opportunity for a man who's in his hero instinct. The second the reward changes or doesn't come as fast as he expected it to, or he's used to it, you've changed his hero instinct. You've changed what's going to happen in your relationship next. And you might get away with it at first. You might get away with it every once in a while. But every time you don't respond the same way, you're showing him that he either has to do more, or you're telling him, or he's going to learn to start doing less. Because the hero instinct no longer gives him what he values. So how do you keep these things going? One, time. Because as a kid, that's all you want to do is make everybody happy. That's all a kid can do. They can't pay for anything. They don't make a bunch of stuff to sway the hearts of adults. But if they can feel important, that's why kids, when they're little, they want to do the chores because it's fun. It makes them feel good until they actually have to do the chores. And that's the last thing on their mind. It happens with everybody. But over time, they realize that what they do is better than just what feeds their ego. It's what's good for the people that they care about. It's what's good for their character. The same thing happens with men. And if you do not control your need to fulfill the hero instinct, your marriage, if it hasn't already, it will suffer. So ask yourself today, fellas, am I in control of my hero instinct, or is it in control of me? Because that will explain why you're going through some of the things that you're going through. You don't need to explain it to your wife because she doesn't care. She probably is not even aware of what the hero instinct is. To her, it's probably another excuse. So don't feel the need to explain it. But it's important that you know this. This is some things that make men tick. Especially us, the men who stay out of trouble, like legal trouble or trouble with the law. Maybe he doesn't, we don't smoke, we don't drink, we don't do drugs. You got a drug in your life. And it's the need to fulfill the hero's instinct. So that is today's episode. I want you guys to think about that. Like, as always, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or maybe you want to chat about this a little bit more, you can always message me at www.tyrewilson.com. You can leave comments, questions in the comment section. I'll read them. I'll respond to them. I'll make a video about them if you don't mind. And we can continue this conversation, and we can find ways to connect and help one another, so that you can find out how is it that you can then control you and not let other outside influences or other things control your life. That's what I mean by stand your ground, even if it means against yourself. All right, you guys, that's today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. If this helped you out in any way, like and subscribe. Till next time.